has been found. Diocese of Rosal 10 World Meeting of Families to offer special prayer for return of Kanisha Etienne and her abductor Kian Alexander when the meeting convenes on June 22nd. School feeding program in St. Lucia receives a major boost for improving school garden and meal preparation. And leaders pledge arms and EU path for Ukraine in Kyiv visit. The details of these and other stories in a moment.
Ride with me on a brand new AKT motorcycle, only from Courts. If you shop today, you will get up to $1,500 off our affordable AKT motorcycles. All motorcycles come with a 2-year extended warranty and a free helmet. Plus, if you shop with Ready Finance, you pay nothing down for 30 days. Receive a discount on your insurance and we will register your bike for free. This offer is for a limited time only and terms and conditions apply. For more information, visit shopcourts.com. Courts, bringing value home.
Can you see the World Wrestling? Makapale called World Wrestling Championship. I'm talking about only technical lite, cockstay, hand-to-hand combat, higas, high fall with rising fuel prices. The world is trying to shoot down, bring down its head, but it can force it tetli en haut. How do we in Dominica deal with that situation? Ebe Domlek can encourage all the customers to pas gaspiller electricity. Use electricity wisely and save. Remember the Domlek energy saving tips. Domlek have a tout ça pay to provide the best prices available and welcomes the promotion of green energy, nature's contribution to your energy bill. But qui sa ou ka fait? Est-ce que lite pi l'estan latea, même si c'est mode or guafien ou sa, guafien di guabjam of the fuel price by putting up the lights to pack a service that will help. Domlek, the power to serve you better.
Want more value for money? We hear you, Dominica. For as low as $5, you can now activate a one-day Digicel Prime bundle and get unlimited digi-to-digi calls, 25 anywhere minutes, 1.5 gigs data to use as you like, endless social messaging on WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, plus 7 gigs data to use Digicel apps. Activate a Digicel Prime bundle today in My Digicel app or dial *140 and the pound key. Digicel, better together.
Welcome back and good evening, and welcome to our listeners on Variety Radio in Antigua, Barbuda, and the Flow Television, Channel 119 in St. Lucia. In the news this evening, police have dispelled rumors that Kian Alexander is found. Earlier reports reaching Kairi News indicated that the abductor of Kanisha Etienne, Alexander, was allegedly found. However, Kairi News has been informed by police that the abductor Kian Alexander has not been found. Kairi FM announced earlier on Thursday and stressed that it was alleged that Alexander was found in the Layo area. Kairi spoke with the police and they confirmed that Alexander was still not found. Kairi News will bring you any credible information from the police surrounding Alexander and Etienne. The Diocese of Roseau will join the Catholic Church Universal in the observance of the 10th World Meeting of Families taking place in Rome from June 22nd to 25th. The theme for the 10th World Meeting of Families is Family Love, a Vocation and Path to Holiness. In the Diocese of Roseau, the program is being coordinated by Family Life Commission and is being observed in all parishes with a week of activities for Family Week. Chair of the Family Life Commission is Reverend Father Herman Sharpless.
The 19th, we will be celebrating Father's Day. And on that day, we will have the consecration of men as head of the family to St. Joseph. Fathers and men as head of the family to St. Joseph. St. Joseph is the patron saint of the foster father of Jesus, as the foster father of Jesus. On that day, we're asking men to come to churches around the island in large numbers. And every parish will celebrate men in a different way. So men, respond, come out on Sunday for your special day. The activities continue on Monday the 20th, where we'll be having in every parish church the exposition of the Blessed Sacrament, and we will be asking families to come from 5 to 8 p.m., 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., and during that 3-hour session, prayers will be offered for families. It's also an opportunity for us in the various parishes to pray for the Kenisha who is yet to be found. So come and pray as a diocese, as a parish, and as a church.
As part of the week, different days will be designated for Family Prayer, Appreciation Fund, and service to the community. A virtual panel discussion will also be held on the topic Family Love, Wonderful and Fragile.
Wednesday, the 22nd, is dubbed Family Gratitude Day, where members are asked to perform an act of gratitude to each other as family. On Thursday, the 22nd, Pope Francis' lecture on the family will be viewed and shared upon at various parishes. Friday, the 24th, Family Love and Games Night. Individual families or even groups of families are asked to meet and just spend time together, play games, and enjoy the company of each other. Saturday, the 25th, Family Service Day. Families do acts of service as a family on a parish level, and the week will end on the 26th at the consecration of families to the Holy Family during the Eucharistic celebration taking place in every parish around the island. So we just want to make an appeal to parishioners to come out and celebrate this week. This week is your week, my week, it's our week. And when we speak of family, we don't only speak of the nucleus family, but we also speak of families who are headed by single parents, families who are headed by divorces, by a divorced person, or a family headed by a widower or widow, because we have different types of family. And so every family are being celebrated this week. And we just want to appeal to all to come out in large numbers and let us make the week a great success for the Diocese of Roseau.
Father Herman Sharples. The Ministry of Education, Human Resource Planning, Vocational Training and National Excellence will conduct the annual Grade 6 National Assessment on Thursday, June 23rd and Friday, June 24th. The exams will be taken by 854 students from 70 different locations throughout the island, comprising of 417 girls and 437 boys. The assessments will begin at 7:45 in the morning. The ministry will continue to follow COVID-19 guidelines such as mask use and hand sanitization. In addition, the Ministry of Education has taken every effort to guarantee that students will be sitting at least 3 feet apart. Students will take the language arts and the social sciences papers on Thursday and the mathematics and science and technology papers on Friday. All papers are multiple choice with the exception of language arts, which includes a written composition component. In conjunction with the Ministry of Health, Wellness and New Health Investment, Dominican tech firm Open Solutions for Health created and launched a digitized the National Electronic Vaccination Registry to enhance data management and also to expand the citizens' access to immunization information. The Electronic Immunization Registry is an online platform that simplifies the monitoring of individual immunization regimens and also the preservation of immunization histories. It is projected to improve the expanded program on immunization's performance, the coverage, and efficiency. Chief Executive Officer Peter Ricketts says the firm continues to contribute towards the digital transformation of Dominica's health sector.
Open Solutions for Health, or OS4H for short, continues to contribute towards the digital transformation of Dominica's health sector. We have developed and implemented a national electronic immunization registry in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and New Health Investment in order to improve data management and increase citizens' access to immunization records. The Electronic Immunization Registry is an online tool which facilitates the monitoring of individual immunization schedules and storage of immunization histories and is expected to enhance the performance, coverage, and efficiency of the expanded program on immunization.
According to Ricketts, the project's goal is to develop an immunization information system that incorporates all aspects of vaccine management in order to enhance immunization rates, the productivity, and efficiency.
This project aimed to create an immunization information system which encompasses all areas of vaccination management in order to improve immunization rates, productivity, and efficiency. It will promote evidence-based decision making and more reliable data collation and management. An impressive element of the project was that with the support of management, the developmental team was led by Jodie Cognet, a young female developer. This showcased the ability of the young female talent residing locally, an aspect championed by OS4H in its recruitment and training.
And that was OS4H Chief Executive Officer Peter Ricketts. You're listening to Kairi FM's Major News at 5:44 p.m. In other news this evening, Dominica's Housing Minister Reginald Austri says with the rapid growth in the housing resilience programs implemented by the DLP administration, there will be few people who would need to be moved into hurricane shelters. In 2017, thousands of homes were damaged and destroyed by Hurricane Maria, and the government of Dominica stepped in and spent millions of dollars on repairs, renovation, and construction of new homes through its housing resilience program implemented by the Roosevelt Skerrit administration. Mr. Austri says he can boast that among the social programs, the Housing Revolution program has really positively impacted the lives of the people. Government Housing Revolution program started in 2006, where lands were sold to squatters under the Squatter Regularization Program at $1 per square foot as a gift from the government to the people.
The number of people that we have made comfortable, the number of people that we have expanded their homes, the number of people that we have built new homes for, and even the sanitation program, where we have been able to outfit many homes with sanitary facilities, including washrooms and water. This was sadly lacking in many parts of the country. The thing is, Curtis, you guys don't go around the country and to see how people live. Our business is taking care of people. And to take care of people, you have to know how people live. You have to know people's conditions. And you must go on the ground to see how people live, because all that glitters is not gold, my brother. And you can put a nice paint on a home and it looks nice and bright. But if you don't go inside of the home and walk on the floor and look to the ceiling and look at the galvanized, you will never know the conditions under which these people live.
Housing Minister Reginald Austri. Mr. Austri says then came the MMC program, which developed a strong partnership with the government and provided resilient-type structures and apartments to hundreds of Dominicans in different constituencies on the island.
It's a profession where you dedicate yourself, you sacrifice your family, you sacrifice a lot of things that you would have done differently had it not been for the politics. So I mean, while it's open, everybody believe that they can just, it's not a wash your foot and come. You have to have the passion for it, you have to be dedicated to it, and you have to be prepared to make serious personal sacrifices. But that's what I've been in for a long time, and for me it's very easy to continue at that level. But honestly, I really wish I would be given the opportunity to take a break.
Government, he says, is now looking at other available lands in working students who have returned. That's for working students who have returned home and are looking to building their own homes.
We're also now going on an exercise to identify where else in the country we have available lands, so we can continue to house people, particularly our young people or young professionals who have gone on there, came back, studied, came back, making a contribution. We believe that this country owes them a debt of gratitude just for being able to come back or agreeing to come back to serve the country. You know, many people who have been trained by this government, who have been sent over to study, and they never came back. But here it is, these young people come back here working for the for much less than they probably were on the market, based on our circumstances, and we're looking to see how we can facilitate them. This will be a new housing initiative. I'm sure that will probably be announced by the Prime Minister in this year's budget. But we never stop thinking of ways in which we can improve the housing condition. But what is amazing and what is interesting about this is, as you know, that during Hurricane Maria, out of the 30,000 homes that we had 5,000 that were totally and completely destroyed, another 23 that were slightly and seriously damaged, which means that 28 out of the 30,000 homes that we had were damaged in one way or the other. and many people had to move into shelters. Right now, with the resilience theme that we're now pursuing, when you look at what we did in Belleville Chopin for the residents of Petit Savan and Jubic, and what we're doing with these state-of-the-art apartment type structures, which are hurricane-proof and resilient homes, we see that the homes that we're bringing forward right now as a government, they're more resilient and in a better position to withstand Category 4 and Category 5 hurricanes. And even the Dominican people now, based on what we've done with our planning codes and based on what we're doing, you see many people now building with concrete roofs. So government housing resilient program is permeating through the society.
Dominica's Housing Minister Reginald Ostry. The Office of Disaster Management and the National Emergency Planning Organization NEPO has begun an evacuation simulation exercise from today Thursday and continuing into tomorrow Friday in collaboration with the International Organization for Migration. The purpose of the exercise will be to test the standard procedures for emergency shelter operations and evacuation of vulnerable people to the purpose-built regional emergency shelters. According to IOM Dominica's Camp Coordination and Camp Management, Maxine Aline Esprit, no one is hoping for another Maria, but given the forecast for this year's hurricane season, the best chance is to be prepared.
No one is hoping for another Maria, but given the forecast for this year's hurricane season, the increase in frequency and intensity of storms due to climate change, and Dominica's general vulnerability also to other natural hazards, our best chance of protecting lives and property if anything happens is to be prepared.
Maxine Aline Esprit. Meantime, ODM Program Coordinator Mandela Christian has explained the aim is to test and assess the present processes for emergency evacuation and emergency shelter operations, particularly within the context of a regional emergency shelter.
So this simulation exercise is part of the ODM's and NEPO's ongoing preparations for this hurricane season and for other hazards, because we do not only prepare for hurricanes. So the plan is to test and evaluate our current protocols for emergency evacuation and for emergency shelter operations, particularly within a regional emergency shelter setting. So the exercise focuses on a hurricane event. However, the scenarios are designed to address emergency response operations to any hazard. So we hope that the lessons learned and the recommendations emerging from this exercise will be utilized or will inform our review and upgrade of our emergency protocols ahead of the peak hurricane season, and that it will generate some immediate, medium-term, and long-term recommendations or solutions for addressing some of the challenges that we would have identified.
And that was ODM Program Coordinator Mandela Christian. 6 primary schools across St. Lucia will, with a combined roll of 1,500 students, are set to benefit from the joint efforts of the government of St. Lucia and the Food and Agriculture Organization of the UN in supporting the enhancement of the National School Feeding Program. Within that framework, FAO provided a variety of small garden and kitchen equipment to each of the schools to support and further develop vegetable gardens and school meals preparation. 4 European leaders expressed their support for Ukraine on Thursday while meeting with President Zelensky, vowing to back Kyiv's candidacy to eventually join the European Union and offering more weapons to fend off Russia's invasion. French President Emmanuel Macron promised Ukraine 6 more truck-mounted artillery guns, the latest in a new round of Western arms pledges as the war grinds on in the Donbas region in the east. France, Germany, Italy, and Romania are doing everything possible so that Ukraine alone can decide its fate, Macron said at a news conference with Zelensky and others. My colleagues and I have come here to Kyiv today with a clear message. Ukraine belongs to the European family, said German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. And that's the evening's news locally, regionally, and internationally. Do join us again tomorrow morning at 6:30 for the first newscast of the day. On behalf of the entire news and production team and our sponsors, thanks for listening.
Ride with me on a brand new AKT motorcycle, only from Courts. If you shop today, you will get up to $1,500 off our affordable AKT motorcycles. All motorcycles come with a 2